He was still a virgin. You remember them talking about that? I was like, how
Yeah,
you
but
a virgin? You got all them throwing that sack at you at Florida
he
State. You
was
know how them
dedicated
girls
to the
work.
Lord, man. He was dedicated to the Lord, and I give him
Yeah.
props for that.
You're now watching a clip from the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
So we'll keep, since we just talked about the NFL just for a bit, let's talk about a little bit about the other news. This is kind of ridiculous news to me, but
Gotta
but
talk about it anyway.
yeah, we got to talk about it. Is Tim Tebow, man? Tim Tebow is one of those polarizing figures as well. Is once he becomes in the news, it's like fire. It's just like he's always on ESPN. They're always talking about him or whatnot. Now, overall, Tim Tebow is a good guy, from what I know. He's a Christian guy. He married early.
Oh,
he,
he married.
he did a, huh?
You married now?
I thought, I believe he was married
Yeah.
for a while.
I don't know. I thought he was
I could
dating
be wrong
somebody.
on that, but I thought he was married for a while, like way early, like while he was in college or right after college.
Nah, he wasn't married. He wasn't
He
married in
wasn't
college.
married?
Nah. He was still a virgin. You remember them talking about that? I was like, how
Yeah,
you
but
a
I
virgin?
thought
You got all them throwing that sack at you at Florida
he
State.
was
You know how them
dedicated
girls
to the
work.
Lord, man. He was dedicated to the Lord, and I give him
Yeah,
props for that. And
definitely, definitely.
he did missionary work across seas. So overall, he seems like a good guy, but he's annoying when it comes to him being an analyst. I just can't take him in. He's all over the place. He's a total homer. You know what I'm saying? He only roots for the Gators for obvious reasons, and he doesn't put on that analyst hat on. He just has the Gator hat on, which makes him annoying on TV. That's how Emmett Smith was when he was on TV for a little while. But Tim Tebow is getting another chance at the NFL. This is after, I believe, maybe about 10 years of not being in the league. And when he was in the league, he was trash. Now, for the most part, he did have that 1 year where he did lead the team to a playoff victory, although it was one pass to Demaryius Thomas, and Demaryius Thomas did the rest. You know what I'm saying? He hit one pass. And I think in that game, he might have been like, I don't know, 7 for 14 or something like that. It was something really low. So after that season, Denver just said, hey, we done with you. We're going to move on to the next player, which ended up being Peyton Manning. And then he gets a chance with the Jets as they put him as an H-back or a fullback, and then they played him at tight end for a little bit in the preseason, and it didn't work out, and they cut him, and he's never been in the NFL since.
But he got another shot in baseball.
And they got another shot in baseball in the minor leagues for the Mets, and that became news for like a week, and it was annoying me too. Like, why? There's a bunch of minor league players that are playing really hard, trying to get themselves in the major leagues, and you just focusing on this one guy who used to play football. Like, it just annoys me. It annoys the hell out of me. And this whole story annoys me because of two reasons. Like, one, this should not be a story. First, like, why are you hiring this guy? Why are you putting this guy at tight end? He does not have there's tight ends right now who are trying to get in the league, who have played tight end pretty much their whole life, and then you're gonna have this guy come in and replace that guy who's more than likely probably black. You know what I'm saying? And now, I mean, the business aspect of it makes sense because he's from Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He went to Nice High School, which is in Jacksonville. He won a state championship in Jacksonville. He's a hometown kid, obviously. He went to Florida, stayed in the state, won 2 championships. So obviously he's popular as hell in North Florida. Everybody who knows anything about football in North Florida knows who Tim Tebow is. So it makes business sense, I guess, for you to have a player like this on your team. But I would rather see him on a staff. Like, if you wanted to be like, operational guy, like somewhere on the staff, or like an
Water
assistant
boy.
coach, an it or a water boy, or anything like that, then that would make more sense to me. But the fact that you got this guy, and there's other players out there who deserve a chance that are not getting a chance because this guy is getting a chance, it's smeared with white privilege. It's smeared with, just favoritism. I don't know if you experience favoritism at work, Wes, ever, but I have, and it
Yeah.
don't feel good. It don't
Yep.
feel good at all.
Yeah.
So obviously there's favoritism because he's with his old head coach that used to coach him at Florida. So there's the ties there, and then there's the ties with Jacksonville, Florida. So obviously that's how he got the job. And it's not fair because that's not how he should get the job. You should get the job based on your tape, based on your work ethic, based on how you trained. But just off of your name and the history is straight garbage, trash, whatever you want to call it, whatever negative words you want to use. And it's just it's I unfortunately am wishing for him to fail. I'm just gonna say that.
I agree with everything that you just stated, Marcus. Like, I can't stand Tebow first and foremost. I like the plain fact that, he's a team guy. His work ethic is amazing. He's spiritually there. Like the guy just got married January 20th of 2020. So his nuts just dropped.
Oh,
He
okay.
just popped his cherry
Yes.
just recently. You know what I'm saying? So, for someone to refrain from eating the apple, if you may say, especially coming from Florida, like Marcus, you just stated, winning a championship twice, being a home guy, going to school here, just everything is just like like the Brady Bunch, you know what I mean? Like one of these, like scripted lives that you see, other than that, he's trash. When it comes to him being a quarterback, he was trash. When it comes to him being that fullback, halfback, and tight end, when they gave him that chance in New York, trash. So again, we all know it's the white privilege. Not just the white privilege, but I'm being familiar with a particular guy. We all know that the head coach, he actually coached Tim Tebow. There's a lot of guys that he coached and he brought him back out of all people. And there's a lot of people that's better than Tim Tebow that I know for a fact. I don't even look at the numbers. I could just go on the eye test, and you chose to go with him. So I think it's something other than that. We do know that the head coach, he's a spiritual guy also. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Like, the head coach is spiritual. His wife is spiritual. Tim Tebow is spiritual. Now, Tim Tebow walked the walk and talked the talk. I don't know about the head coach, because,
Right.
there's a lot of different stories about him, as far as with the, not informing, the police that, one of your friends is domestically beating his wife or girlfriend, and you're gonna say you didn't know. My wife know, I didn't know. Really? Like, come on now. It's just like being the biggest kingpin in the world and your wife don't know anything. Like, what do you think she is? A flamingo with her head in the dirt? Like, you are tripping. So again, it is what it is. The only reason I'm kind of rooting for this team is because Jacksonville been trash for the longest, and they play for Florida. I'm a homer. I hate Tom Brady. I hate Jacksonville. I hate, Tampa Bay. But, if the Dolphins is not in the playoffs, if Dolphins is not in contention to anything and you're in the playoffs or you're in the Super Bowl, I'm going to root for you to win so we can keep championship here in Florida, even though it's not Miami, Florida. Keep it down here in the Sunshine State, and we'll definitely, appreciate that. But it is what it is. White privilege at its finest. You got Colin Kaepernick that's still yet to even be given a real shot. Some people are gonna be like, well, they gave him a shot and he walked out on them. y'all didn't understand the circumstances, and any other guy would have walked out in that situation, because you're put in a situation to fail, not to succeed. You got, you had the Chad Ochocinco's, you had the Terrell Owens, you have all type of different players. You got Ray Rice. Now again, we do know that these some of these players have big mouths. We do know some of these players did have stories in for domestic violence, but the wife stayed. So if the wife could forgive him, then the world should be able to forgive him. That's how I look at it. And I don't understand how someone that's been away from the league for like 9 to 10 years, is still getting a shot. That's crazy. It's just like, Jordan deciding to come back and play right now because he's Jordan. Like, really? Like, no, it doesn't even make any sense. But hey, it is what it is. That's just one of the things that you got to deal with, being like me and Marcus or anybody else that look like us. That's what you got to deal with when you're a woman in this world, when men get paid more than you, and you probably could do the job better. It's just what it is. Life ain't fair. I could care less, because it's not going to affect my life if he's in the league or if he's not in the league. If anything, it makes them worse. And if the Dolphins play them, then that's just another victory. I'm not going to need to worry about Tim Tebow as a tight end. Like, hey, let's double somebody else, because it's like, you don't worry about him. I really do think that they're going to probably use him like in a wildcat form, though, some way. They're going to have different gadgets, different trick plays, where he's
going to get murdered, bro.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's going to get murdered.
I think so too. But I really do think, just like Tua, you got so much people on you saying negative things about you. He's one of these guys that's going to be the gym rat. He's going to be the one that's watching film. And now, again, remember, his IQ as a football player was never in question. It's his arm. So being a player, like, if he know where to be at the right time, then, like, come on, man, it's not that hard to catch the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently it is for him, because the one pass that he was thrown to in the preseason hit him in the face. I don't know if you remember that, Wes, but the one pass that he was thrown to hit him dead in the face.
But you got to think about it, though. You got to think about, what team was it? The Jets. Like, everybody know everything about the Jets is that aura. Like, you'll go and play for the Jets, and Marcus could have been a 5-star player in Miami his whole life, and then he went to Alabama and played, and he went to the Jets, and then this is not Marcus no more. You feel me? He's not the same person. So that I'm gonna give him a pass. You feel me? It's the Jets. Like, like, come on, man. Like,
I guess. But yeah, but a bunch of tight ends is getting snubbed, which is basically the situation. And another person from our home team that got snubbed is our boy Bam, bro. Like,